I think we've discussed this on the show before, but if not, I've certainly, it almost made it to the show if it didn't. Laura Trump, is that how you say it? Laura? However you say it. This is, I think it's Eric Trump's wife. She's the one who released a cover of Tom Petty's song, Won't Back Down, and then released it on iTunes. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. And I think she also performed it at Mar-a-Lago for a bunch of geriatric millionaires. So awkward. So awkward. But anyway, she got this position of power and authority at the RNC now. And she's sort of like, Trump's right-hand woman over there at the RNC, trying to keep them in line to do as Daddy Trump pleases. Well, guess what? We just got this news. RNC bloodbath begins as more than 60 staffers are terminated days after Laura Trump elected co-chair. The Republican National Committee is cutting loose dozens of staffers less than a week after Michael Whatley was elected chair of the RNC and Laura Trump was elected as co-chair. Trump is the daughter-in-law of former President Donald Trump, who facilitated the ouster of the previous chair, Ronna McDaniel. On Monday, Politico broke the news of the shakeup in a report titled Bloodbath at the RNC. So here's what they say in Politico, quote, all told, the expectation is that more than 60 RNC staffers who work across the political, communications, and data departments will be let go. Those being asked to resign include 5 members of the senior staff, though the names were not made public. Additionally, some vendor contracts are expected to be cut. The overhaul is aimed at cutting what one of the people described as bureaucracy at the RNC. But the move also underscores the swiftness with which Trump's operation is moving to take over the Republican Party's operations after the former president all but clinched the party's presidential nomination last week. They continue here. The appointment of Laura Trump has been met with accusations of nepotism. You don't say. You don't say. The guy who had Ivanka Trump in his administration and the guy who had Jared Kushner control Middle East policy. By the way, he ended up taking a $2 billion. He took $2 billion from Saudi Arabia after he was in office. Sure, that's all on the up and up. There's nothing weird about that. It's not like they covered up for the Jamal Khashoggi murder. It's not like the Trump administration vetoed a bill that would have stopped us supporting Saudi Arabia's genocide in Yemen. I'm sure that's all on the up and up there. But you don't say nepotism among the Trumps? No. Moreover, Trump raised eyebrows last month when she said, every penny raised by the RNC should be devoted to re-electing her father-in-law. Down ballot races be damned. Quote, every single penny will go to the number one and the only job of the RNC, she said. That is electing Donald J. Trump as president of the United States and saving this country. We have no time to waste. We've got to get to work. We've got a lot of money to raise, and we need to ensure that every penny goes to those things I just mentioned. Let me say something controversial. Not only do I support Laura Trump in this position, I actively cheer it on. It makes me ecstatic. Why do I say that? Because without a doubt, this is going to obliterate and decimate down-ballot Republicans. The funny thing is, Trump is such a weak general election candidate, and ever since 2016 was his best race, ever since then, his presence has destroyed the Republicans. The down-ballot Republicans, who are like non-MAGA, were their only hope to have easy Ws. And again, we've seen this in all the elections since 2016. The less MAGA a Republican is, the more likely it is they win. The more generic a Republican it is, the more likely it is they win. But in this scenario, they're taking their strongest piece and wrecking it. Because now, and by the way, who do you think these 60 people who were fired, who do you think they are? Is Trump, Laura Trump, and Donald Trump, are they firing all of the hardcore MAGA loyalists? The people who are most sycophantic and devoted to the Emperor, Overlord, God King? No. Every single one of these 60 staffers, they have a question about their loyalty. Any one of these people that they sniff out, I don't know, man. That seems more like a standard Republican. That seems more like a traditional Republican. That might be a Mike Pence supporter. That might be a Mitt Romney supporter. Those are all the people who are getting axed. And when they say, oh, we need to chop down on the bureaucracy, well, oftentimes in organizations like this, the bureaucracy is the thing that makes them effective, the thing that makes them function, the thing that gets W's on the board. And so what they're doing here is purging the RNC, making it full MAGA loyalist, and now they're going to take all the funds and redirect it towards Trump. Now, not only towards his campaign, but we've seen a million ways to Sunday how he uses his PAC money in order to pay his legal bills. He's got legal bills out the wazoo. So what percentage of this RNC money is actually going to go towards any campaign? And what percentage is going to be used on his legal bills? And even if they don't use it on his legal bills, which they will, they're telling you we're going to spend it on Trump in one way or another, whether it's his campaign or his legal bills or whatever. So they're effectively putting their middle finger up to down ballot Republicans. This will absolutely usher in the devastation of the Republican Party. There's no doubt about it. You know what this reminds me of? And it's actually worse too, but I'm sure you guys remember during the Obama years, they were sort of neglectful of the DNC and the down ballot races there. And they lost something like 1,000 seats under Barack Obama's leadership. And, you know, part of the problem is it's similar to this. It's like, if you're not actively trying to build up the party to be its own thing post your presidency, well, that comes back to bite you in the ass. And Trump is going to do what Obama did, but on steroids. Because Obama didn't have to pay all these freaking legal bills. And Obama wasn't saying, let's take 90% of the money that we raise at the DNC and just give it to my campaign. This is what the Trump people are saying. So, oh boy. I don't think people realize how devastating an effect this can have on the Republican Party. I don't think they realize it. Because basically what they're doing is they're taking the strongest wing of their party electorally for general elections, and they're wiping it off the map. And they're saying, we only have MAGA loyalists at the RNC. We only want MAGA loyalist candidates. And then, you know what? Fine. Okay. Then make do with your Carrie Lakes and your Doug Mastrianos and all the people who were leaning all in on the 2020 election being stolen. 55% of the Republicans in the midterms who were running were election deniers. And the Republicans did not have a red wave. Democrats massively overperformed. You know, you're going to put all these freaks in positions of power who are insane on the issue of abortion. When even somebody like Sean Hannity is warming the Republican Party, hey, don't go all in on the anti-choice stuff. Don't go all in on that. You know, you got to be a little moderate on the issue, y'all. They're in trouble, dude. They're in trouble. I look at this election as both parties effectively trying to hand away the election to the other side. It really is a race to the bottom. It really is a race to the bottom, electorally. I mean, the first presidential ticket that dumps their geriatric, unpopular loser is going to win, right? And I don't know if either one of them are going to dump him. Right now, it's on track for a Trump versus Biden rematch for sure. But if by some miracle, Trump has to step aside and it's somebody else, the Republicans will win. If by some miracle, Biden has to step aside and it's somebody else against Trump, Democrats will win. But they are remaking the party in Trump's image as much as humanly possible. And that, great for primaries. Great for primaries. Great for entertainment value because these motherfuckers are psychotic. But for a general election, good luck, bro. Good luck. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.